Hi, everyone. I'm Nate Abdo.
And I am Katie Rogers. Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation today. The company we chose to create a campaign for is Netflix.
This brand was an interesting candidate for our campaign because while it's the leader in the category, it's also facing some new challenges, including a wave of new competitors, losing subscribers for the first time in its history, and quickly declining stock prices. As we shared, Netflix is the current leader among paid online streaming video platforms. That's partly expected as it was the first real service in the space and has had a decade to improve its service. During this time, it created award winning original content and expanded into more than 190 countries. As of 2022, Netflix touted about 220 million active subscribers, the most of any of its competitors. By comparison, the next top four competitors are Amazon Prime with 200 million subscribers, Disney Plus with 130 million subscribers, HBO Max with 77 million subscribers, and Hulu Plus with 45 million subscribers. But despite its leading subscriber count, the story isn't all roses for the brand. 2022 marked the first time Netflix saw a decline in yearly subscribers. This fact sent Netflix stock values plummeting, and the company put massive amounts of effort into slowing the attrition. One clear reason for losing subscribers is the sudden increase of new competition in the same market space. This onslaught of new streamers began a focused effort to pull Netflix's subscribers away and onto their own platforms. For example, every one of the four previously mentioned subscribers outspent Netflix in advertising by nearly double. The good news is Netflix still remains one of the most well known brands. With a combination of current market data and our own primary research, we were able to find that Netflix consistently outperforms other streamers in terms of awareness and attitude. For example, from the preliminary survey we created and distributed for this campaign, 74% of respondents agreed that Netflix was considered the most popular brand in the industry, and more than a third stated that Netflix was the most preferred streaming platform. From this same survey, we were also able to ascertain that among the top five streaming platforms, Netflix was by far the most used streamer among the respondents. When asked which streaming content do you believe you watch content on the most, respondents stated Netflix more than twice that of every other streamer. Additionally, we compared our primary research with current market data as well. And when measuring actual usage of the various platforms, Netflix accounted for 45% of total time spent on all streaming platforms. The next closest competitor, Amazon Prime, only measured 18%. Per this research, the campaign created for Netflix needs to contend with several important realities. The most obvious of which is that Netflix is no longer the only large fish in the online streaming ocean. Many competitors have now entered the market, and it's commonplace for Netflix subscribers to also pay for additional streaming services. Additionally, subscribers often cancel and resubscribe to these streamers based on various factors. Most frequently, this includes cost and desirability of content. This means consumers are faced with a particular problem. Which service is worth the price to keep long term, and which is simply a temporary fix? With this problem statement in mind, the overarching strategy of this campaign is to establish Netflix as the clear, obvious choice for subscribers to permanently subscribe to. While others might come and go as content changes, Netflix is a service that is indispensable, not only because it continuously produces high quality content, but even more so because being a part of Netflix and consuming its content makes you part of a special community of like minded viewers. It is important to note that the end goal isn't necessarily to entice new subscribers, but rather to hone attitudes of current subscribers as to halt any further attrition. This point also helps inform who the target audience of the campaign will be. Essentially, the campaign will target Netflix's most populous demographic, white and Hispanic women between the ages of 18 and 36. To accomplish this desired goal, this campaign will leverage two of Maslow's key human needs: the need for love and belonging, and the need for esteem. It will do so through four main tactics. Firstly, the tagline Netflix Ever After should be included somewhere in the messaging. This encapsulates the big idea of the campaign: that those who watch Netflix are part of a bigger, connected story with Netflix and with each other. Ever After also implies permanence, and it calls to mind uplifting stories and a sense of a magical, joyful relationship. Secondly, messaging should highlight that Netflix has been creating this sense of joy and connection longer than any other streaming video service. And because of this, everyone knows that Netflix is the first place you go when seeking that feeling. Thirdly, messaging should spotlight the brand's most celebrated and popular content and provide reminders that more content is always coming to the platform. And finally, all brand messaging should emphasize diverse, female representation to match the target audience of this campaign.
The reach of this media strategy is extensive, considering the platforms being utilized are television and social networking sites. That being said, the target is still moderate due to the budget being significantly allocated to combating the messaging from competing streaming services on television. This source type focuses outside the demographic being aimed to maintain, but is crucial in staying ahead of the competitors. Between the platforms selected to run the campaign material, reaching up to 60 to 70% of the target market can be expected. To ensure these numbers, selecting the channels with the highest target demographic viewership will give optimal chances for exposure. The frequency will be covered across the television advertising cycle on seasonal contracts. This campaign will run on a hybrid model. Cable television ads will be on a continuous schedule since Netflix is not a seasonal service and needs year-round promotion. Less network television spots will be run due to the higher cost. However, peak times of the year, such as major holidays, will be significant moments to use larger scale network ads. With two types of social media included, this will increase the likelihood of repeated exposure to the same messages amongst the target market. In addition, own content with additional influencer promotions will provide backing for Netflix on multiple platforms and promote pop culture awareness. The campaign will be national with the intent to prioritize the top 10 designated market areas in the US and heavily targeted DMAs representing significantly higher portions of Hispanic viewers. Much of the media mix will focus on paid media, but other significant parts will still leverage on non-paid shared media. Specifically, this campaign hopes to better connect with the target audience by distributing brand messaging via social media. Diving into the evaluation of the campaign, we will enact 3 different methods to understand specific effects within the target audience. First, we plan to examine market impact with a priority on consumer attitudes towards the brand. Then we will explore media impact to ensure we are effectively bringing the message to the target audience. Lastly, we will measure brand and sales objectives. The first method is to track the campaign's progress as it is underway to account any real-time changes in the target audience. It will allow for alternate executions of brand messaging. With awareness of the brand already secure, this will focus on consumer attitude and usage. As part of this data collection, several attitude-seeking questions were asked during the pre-campaign testing. The campaign will continue to distribute similar surveys that will be compared to the initial survey sent before the start date. The second method that will be used is through different social media platforms utilized within this campaign. First, through the hashtag, second, through data-owned media, through application analytics, and the third through promotion reporting. This campaign's final priority is to negate any further subscriber churn and return to or exceed subscriber levels in 2021. The campaign will measure subscriber levels weekly and combine findings after completing the 12 months. Netflix is exploring lower price tiers and ad-supported options for its consumers, and something to evaluate is user time spent on the platform. Data will be retrieved through an initial survey and media insight resources. The pre-campaign levels for this metric will be used at the campaign's conclusion to determine its success. Specifically, we hope to grow time spent on the platform between 5 to 10%.
In the end, Netflix must consider the changing landscape of online video streaming. The new wave of serious competition has clearly threatened its market position.
That being said, the goal of this campaign is to concretely cement its position as the first brand consumers choose when deciding between video platforms. Thank you for watching our presentation today.
Thank you.